think it's the one of the best things that I've ever been a part of, and I think that every high school should have something like this. Um, I just think the mentality sometimes we can forget, what it is that high schoolers just where their mental state is. And so, when I was talking to some people, they'd be like, we're trying to get these kids to understand that it's not important about brands and that stuff doesn't matter and your style's not gonna make a difference, in terms of your life and your career. And I just think that that's kind of missing the ball on where a high schooler's mentality is, because we've all been in high school, and some things that matter in high school, of course, they don't apply to the future and life. But you got to remember that these kids are living in that reality right now. We might have the wisdom of the future to say like these things don't matter, and I have my opinions on that regardless. I do believe that fashion is one of the most expressive things that we have in life, especially to express our inward emotions and things like, you can do that through style. So I do think that it does have value in life, a lot of value in life. It's we do it every day. We dress ourselves every day. So, but aside from that, someone might be into labels in high school because for a variety of reasons. One of them being, they might get made fun of if they're wearing certain brands. And when I was in high school, Champion was like insanely cheap and it was sold at Walmart, and like if you wore it, then you might get picked on. And to the degree that that impacts a high schooler's life, it could be irrelevant or it could be very severe, and I think mental health is plays a part in this. So to say like, yeah, the logo, it's just a logo, okay, but also it might be a representation of this student's status or the way that they get along with their friends, and in some ways it might have a bigger impact on their lives than it does on our lives as grown adults. So, I don't want to say that it's this big deal, but it's not a big deal, but it may matter to them. My approach was more, you can't put your brain, your 30, 40, 50-year-old brain inside the brain of a high schooler and expect them to just